That's how many people search the internet every month looking for solutions to their knee pain. And you're one of them, because you're here. Every day I'm approached by someone who says, hey, can you design an exercise program that's going to help me lose weight and get in shape, even though I have this knee pain issue? And I say, yes, I can. And you're going to get that very program that I've used to help hundreds of people lose their knee pain. Now the first thing we're going to do is foam roll. Don't worry if you don't have a foam roller. There is a link on my website. Right there and get your foam roller ordered, or you can check your local sporting goods store. So let's get started. Let's foam roll.
Exercise, especially for those with pain or injury, is best received by the body using a systematic approach that first prepares the muscles and joints for movement, followed by activation and central nervous system stimulation. Foam rolling is the initial stage. Take your time when rolling. You are searching the body for tender areas and preparing it for exercise. Once a tender area is located, roll 30 or more strokes over that area until you feel the discomfort dissipate by 40% or so. It may take several rolling sessions before the discomfort is eliminated. We're going to start the foam rolling session with the upper and mid back. Support the head with the hands and keep the elbows in. This will expose more muscle tissue. Keep your anterior core tight, and if you feel any popping, this is likely your spine realigning itself. Now we're moving on to the rear shoulder, shoulder stabilizers, and the lats. Support your head with your hands and keep your anterior core tight. You want to search the back of the shoulder where the arm connects to the torso especially. Sitting at a desk in front of a computer can make this area very tender. Now we're on to the lower back. With your forearm down, you're going to begin to search from below the last rib all the way down to the hip. Use your leg to create the momentum for the roll, supporting yourself with your abdominals and your forearm. You're going to search just outside the spine to your body's lateral line. This is the glute hip rotator area. Cross the leg over the opposite knee and search from the tailbone to the hip. You can also change the position of the knee to expose more muscle tissue. If you have knee issues, this is an area of special interest. A lack of mobility, stability, and strength in the hip complex can often translate into knee pain. Now we're transitioning over into the hamstrings, which is essentially the back of the upper leg. Press your legs into the roller, and you may also change your foot position to access the inner and outer portions of the hamstrings. This is the single leg version. This allows you to get deeper into the tissue of the hamstrings by pressing your upper leg into your lower leg. Now we're on to the calves. This is the lower leg from the knee to the ankle. Row the entire leg or segment it out, rolling from the knee to halfway down and halfway down to the ankle. Turn the foot to access more muscle tissue. If you find this version difficult or you need more pressure than you can generate, there is an alternative exercise toward the end of this section. The IT band is the area from the hip to the knee directly on your side. Perform foam rolling as slow as possible to really access the tissue and check for tender spots. Tightness in this area can also affect the knee. We're on to the quads. With your anterior core tight, roll the front of the upper leg from the hips to the knees, staying just short of the kneecap. Turn your feet out to access the inner portion of the quad. If you were to divide the front of your upper leg into thirds, this is the outer third of the quad. Don't confuse this with the roll for the IT band. Remember, the quad muscles attach to the knee, so carefully search this area for tender spots. The quads can contribute to a great deal of knee pain, especially in untrained individuals. Next, the internal hip rotators and flexors, essentially the groin area. Break this up into halves or thirds and roll each independently. Take your time, this area can be very tender. If you become tired, move to your forearms and keep your anterior core tight. The hip flexors are next. Start at the hip and roll down 4 to 6 inches. Using short strokes, apply all the body's weight to the rolling. Keep your anterior core tight. You'll start at the front of the hip and continue to the lateral hip area, rolling one leg at a time. On to the forearms, wrists, and hands. Begin at the wrists and roll all the way up to the elbow, searching the entire forearm. You may also roll the back of the hands. As much time as we invest at the computer, the wrists and forearms, especially near the elbow, can be quite tender. This is the alternate roll for the calves. I'm using a tiger tail here. You may also use a rolling pin from your kitchen. Be sure to roll both the anterior and posterior portions of the calves from the knee to the ankle. Be sure to avoid the shin and ankle bones.
We just finished foam rolling, so now we're going to move on to stretching. Now stretching is really important because we got to get you more flexible. Tightness can cause inhibition in joints and in muscles, and we need to get you moving freely again. So let's go stretch.